From the arrival of Fortnite x Squid Game to all the content upcoming within this that will blow your mind, to the next season of Fortnite actually being delayed, all the way to Donald Mustard finally being confirmed to be the visitor underneath the mask. Subscribe now if you're hyped as we're so incredibly close to 2.57 million subscribers. Stop before you pick up any of the 3 passes just released in the shop, slap code FM1 in there, being one of the shortest and easiest codes to enter, literally 3 digits long, takes like 3 seconds. It not only means the world to me, but my dog Charlie the Charcoal Pug, who also wants you to join the Discord, as by providing proof you're rocking code FM1 in the SAC proof section, this will allow you to enter the 1000 daily V-Bucks giveaway we do to code FM1 users, so don't miss out on this. It's safe to say the shop's been crazy lately, from all of the Father's Day collaboration cosmetics upcoming in this really cool trailer right here. Sadly, it didn't include the iconic Cleveland Brown scene, although this was teased in Chapter 3, Season 3 with this bathtub right here, where, yeah, he literally falls out of the top of his house and bathroom in a bathtub. This, however, didn't stop the internet from doing its thing, particularly Just a Frog right here, where you can see he's recreated the scene in UEFN to its max realism. In terms of moving forward this season, however, the first update is going to be occurring on June 18th according to Fortnite status, as they posted. V36.10 will release on Wednesday, June 18th. Please note that Week 2 weekly quest for Chapter 6 Season 3 Battle Royale and Fortnite OG, as well as new Supernova Academy quests, will arrive on this date as well. As you can see from this schedule right here, which has been adjusted, the next update from June 17th as stated to June 18th like Fortnite status said, we only have 3 downtime updates despite the season launch in itself, which was 36.00. However, in these 2 updates, the most important thing to note is between 36.10 and 36.20 there is literally like a month gap between where it says June 17th and July 15th. The reason Epic Games are doing this is because they're kicking their feet back, going on vacation for a month, whilst the summer event that will be updated in 36.10 goes live with a bunch of free rewards and hopefully more summer map changes than last year on the Chapter 5 Season 3 map. I know Epic Games have more focus to put across all the modes now instead of just Battle Royale, when we've seen some of our best summer events in terms of the free rewards and things upcoming in Battle Royale in the previous years, but with that said, hopefully we get some really interesting summer skins like the buff Peely, which we've wanted literally to come to the game for years now. The only thing that makes me doubt this, however, is they're already working on another version of Peely, as shown at one of the new superhero locations right here in this purple cloak form. As of right now, this is the only poster for a revamp in a superhero form that I can find, as these 2 of Fishstick were found in the files, a good form, and then what seems to be like an evil form fighting this superhero version of Peely, which we're assuming is the good guy. These 2 silly skins always come hand in hand together, so it was a no-brainer they were going to revamp both of them. What isn't a no-brainer, however, considering so much is going on in Fortnite, all of these different modes and passes, is that Festival, yes you heard that right, is coming to a close for Sabrina Carpenter being the headline artist. This means it's your last chance to get everything in the Festival Season 8 pass, which is the current one, before we transition onto Festival Season 9, headlining as teased in more posters around the new superhero locations to be Deadmau5, but we may have more time to get the Sabrina stuff than we initially thought, as Fortnite Festival posted. You have one more day than expected to jam it out with Sabrina Carpenter or actually unlock the rewards, as the Season 8 music pass is extended by 1 day to coincide with the update 36.10 now releasing on Wednesday, June 18th. Let me know if you're excited for Deadmau5 upcoming. Either way, if you don't enjoy his music, it's definitely going to make for a very interesting Fortnite character with his like mask on his head and such. His music was definitely part of my childhood, which is why I'm excited for the fact that he'll be releasing a new song called Sixes that should premiere in both Fortnite and Rocket League around June 27th, and that means of course Rocket League will have new cosmetics that transfer to Fortnite as well. Speaking of Rocket League, as we do have the battle bus from Fortnite as a vehicle in this game that we can actually use and play the game itself, apparently this version, you know, that we can drive a miniature version of the battle bus vehicle, will be coming to Fortnite next week, as it has a cross game tag. This also does mean it's safe to assume if you have the battle bus in Rocket League that it will instantly transfer over to Battle Royale as well, as Epic Games obviously own both games or IPs. And just before we dive into the Squid Game stuff, as so many more teasers are pouring out about this, and even Fortnite are directly involving the community. Speaking of another mode that's finally coming to Fortnite, another section of LEGO that's branched off, as we already have the normal version of LEGO, Brick Life and such, is Fortnite LEGO Expeditions coming June 18th. At first I wasn't exactly aware of what this was myself, so I took to Google and the AI came up with this response: LEGO Fortnite Expeditions is a brand new mode in LEGO Fortnite coming June 18th. Expeditions will have 3 hero classes, including the Shadow Caller. Do not worry though, this doesn't mean the current LEGO pass is actually disappearing insanely quickly, as it started on the same day as the OG pass, and of course Battle Royale's Chapter 6 Season 3. We've literally only just seen all of these 3 passes releasing the same day, and it looks like by the end date of them all once again, we're going to be seeing them all simultaneously change over. What's also going to be changing over from Mythic to Pet or Companion very soon, however, but not before Epic Games go on vacation, is the Crypto Dog will be coming apparently in July as the first of this cosmetic type. These were kind of teased initially in the Chapter 6 Season 3 trailer with the Chameleon Pet, which we got introduced as a new cosmetic type all the way back in Chapter 1 Season 6, but then kind of flopped. He's on the shoulder of this character, which is almost implying that yes, companions are upcoming this season, and that the pets that we already see as a cosmetic type are going to be transferred over into this new companion section. In terms of how these cute little guys will work, Spush has laid it out for us right here. You can set any name to your pet, will have validation, pets will use AI, and here's some of the stuff they can do. They can revive you, they can mark chests, weapons, and way more. You can tell them to go back to you, and you can also tell them to go to a specific place. I'm guessing this is like marking somewhere on the map. It doesn't stop there though, as these little characters seem to have their own entire personalities, as they will have the following actions: alert, angry, curious, encouraging, happy, bored, emote, sniff, sad, styled, worried, and shake. The only two updates happening in July where these could come to the game are 36.20 and also 36.30. You'd be right in thinking that this is one of the shortest seasons ever, as FNBR Buzz pointed this out, which shocked me. Super is set to be the second shortest season of Fortnite ever at only 63 days, meaning Chapter 6 Season 3. The shortest season of Fortnite currently is Chapter 1 Season 1, which only lasted 49 days, excluding OG and mini-seasons. Thankfully, what we don't have to wait until July for is Fortnite X Squid Game, as this was announced initially in the State of Unreal livestream to be coming as a UEFN upcoming collaboration on June 27th, 2025. You may have already played some creative experiences replicating some of the Squid Game games that we've seen, particularly in Season 2, so with Season 3 of Squid Game releasing the same day over on Netflix as well as coming to Fortnite on June 27th, it's safe to say we're going to be seeing even more of this surrounding the new games that are upcoming with this season. It's safe to say we're finally going to be seeing Squid Game skins come to the game, as the official IP is now collaborated in Fortnite instead of just a creative map being made by a publisher on it, and one of those was actually teased by the Dying Light Twitter. Got a few friends from @FortniteGame at our booth, and as you can see from the image, it not only shows one of the pink guards that actually, oversee and make sure the games are actually going correctly or the rules are enforced, and then on the right we have Agent Peely holding these Dachi cards, which is the game that the recruiter made them play back in Season 1 of Squid Game. Agent Peely, of course, was a Chapter 2 Season 2 Battle Pass skin for our first spy or agent themed season we've seen, and despite the suits in Squid Game being, these green things that obviously the players are actually wearing, once they get to the final, this actually kind of fits. Their suits get upgraded to a more fancier version amongst these final contestants, obviously to show that they are finalists and have survived the masses of players until these final games. So with it being kind of obvious because of this image, including a Squid Game pink guard next to a Fortnite outfit, that this is obviously meaning then that the pink Squid Game guard is going to be a Fortnite outfit during this event, it begs the question, how is it going to be appearing? So far the Fortnite teasers haven't revealed this, either the first one showing the front of a Squid Game's recruiter card with a phone number on the back, and then the second being, you guessed it, this one with a phone number on the back itself. As we know from ringing this, people have documented that calling the number will result in sounds, kinda like a rift going on, and a spectrogram that reads red, green, square meals and affluent arrivals, and obviously the Squid Game meals that we see are kinda square. Epic Games love to surprise us, and considering we haven't seen any of these mini passes in a while now, considering obviously we have passes for so many different modes of Fortnite in a whole new passes section, considering also the innovation of UEFN, it really wouldn't surprise me if they have a mini pass with its exact own tab like we've seen previously, separate to the one that says passes, where we can unlock a bunch of free rewards in a free reward track or section, and also pay to upgrade, with this then being the skin we actually get for doing so for like 1000 V-Bucks, the pink Squid Game guard, but this isn't confirmed yet. What is confirmed to be upcoming very soon, however, maybe even in the 36.10 update, are these 4 mythics. First of all, the Superman mythic as shown in this extended trailer, where he punches this G-Wagon and sends it absolutely flying. The new Morgan Mist ability, which is very interesting as you can become a crow and start flying, which this cape that we're going to have to pick up for obtaining this is teased right in front of our eyes in one of the inaccessible rooms right now with a Morgan Mist spray on the wall. We then also have this really cool looking Storm Beast mythic, perhaps my favourite of the ones that currently aren't released, and then something that perhaps everybody forgot about being this surfboard mythic glider attached to Light Rider. Of course, she's one of the new Fortnite unique or Epic Games made superhero skins that was identified on the Fortnite surveys before this season release. There was literally like 18 on these Fortnite surveys, some of which are in the past and haven't even come to the game yet on here until 36.10 and the Reboot Rally event both roll around at the same time, I'm guessing. How this was determined was because of this trailer, with Fortnite captioning it as an acronym HAGS, Have a Great Season, showing a flip book of the Supernova Academy, obviously for Chapter 6 Season 3, a nice touch to this season in terms of promoting it, but then also included on here not only this outfit with the Reboot, Reboot logo in the chest of the character, which is above the Reboot vans, and of course associated with the artwork of a Reboot rally event, implying this skin, also seen in another form on the Fortnite surveys, will be completely free. But then from taking a look at the other characters on here, these are all off the Fortnite surveys, these 5, which considering they were shown on here, looks like they're going to be added soon, or at least in the files, in the 36.10 update. Speaking of superheroes that Epic Games specifically have made, from rewinding the clock all the way back to Fortnite's beginning of the storyline that we're in now for OG Chapter 1 Season 4, obviously this introduced the Visitor, which initially we expected from escaping this pod and launching this rocket at the villain lair shown in the loading screen before it happened was a villain or threat to the Fortnite island, with this being the first live event to reoccur in the OG mode on July 26th, so make sure you're attending and not missing this. Data miners have found out and reminded us of the fact that the Visitor was voiced by Donald Mustard during the Blast Off live event initially, and apparently we'll hear his voice again on July 26th. It would be awesome if they brought him back as the Visitor, especially if the event plays out differently this time, which seems to be the case, or at least affecting normal Battle Royale, crossing over the two storylines to make it mega interesting thanks to Hope's projection of the future through her artwork right here. After all, data miners like Hypex have concluded that Fortnite OG is canon to the old storyline, as the new Visitor that's been remixed in Chapter 1 Season 4 OG states, "I remember these places fondly."